Hello and welcome to Japanese Garden Bristol Live. Okay, so this is kind of going to be my last live. I'm thinking of doing one more live in 2 weeks' time, and I'm going to do an autumn walk through my garden live, and give you a little bit of show you what's going on in the garden in autumn. But that will be in 2 weeks' time. I'll tell you more about what I'm planning at the end of this. Now, this is all about the wisteria and the Mind Your Own Business plan. Now, we're going to start with the wisteria. I haven't done one on wisteria this year, although I've done one at the beginning of the year on the Mind Your Own Business, and I want to do an update on that. And as Russell knows, hi Russ, we've done something last winter to preserve it, and I'll show you what happened with it when I've done that, really, and I won't be doing it again if I can help it. Anyway, but what we do, we'll start with the wisteria. Now I'm going to show you how it's meant to be done, and I'm going to show you how I've done it, because I can't do it how it's meant to be done, because where my wisteria is, it's impossible for me to kind of get to it to do it properly. So I'll give you a little run through on how you're meant to do your wisteria. Now, the reason why I'm doing this now is because it's the right time to prune your wisteria. Okay, the right time. Forget about, I'll explain to you in a little while how I do it, and this is the right time to do it, and this is how to do it. Okay, so try to bear with me on that, because I'm going to do 2 different ways of doing it. But whichever way you do it, you should get the same results, although someone has tried it and they didn't, so it's not 100%. Okay, so it's meant to help you, the flowers, get really good flowers the following year as well. Okay, but there's 2 sections to this. There's now, and there's one in January. So let's do the now one, and I'll show you what you meant to do in January, and then hopefully I'll do some sort of live or something in January. Now I'm going to bring the camera up and try to find the branch I want. I have to bear with me on this one again because of the moving around of the cameras. Hopefully it'll all go well and I won't press the wrong button. Okay, so now you see when you get, I call them leggy bits, these stragglers, it shoots off. Now you get a lot of that with the wisteria, and if you don't deal with it, it will go a long way. It will get onto anything and it'll climb, and it'll just keep going. I'll show you a bit of that in a minute. So what you're meant to do, okay, you get this straggler and you follow it right the way back to the next branch, okay, well, where it's come from. Okay, then you count up 5 notches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 shoots there. So it's 5 shoots, and then this summer of the year, late summer, early autumn, you cut it back. Okay, now I haven't done that. When these leggy bits come out, I chop them off. Okay, so I don't count 5, I don't do nothing like that. Now the reason why you do that is because what you're doing is creating air through the branches. Now, like the Japanese technique is to create gaps around your plants. When you do bonsais or cloud trees, you create a gap around it, and if you find then nothing dies inside them because there's nothing there, you get air around, you get the sun in, and that makes your plant a lot better, and that's what it does with the wisteria as well. So then you do that all the way over it. Now I can't do that because I'll show you in a minute. What I'll do, I'll take the camera off and I'll come back and I'll show you, and I'll tell you how I've been doing it and how I've gone wrong this year. Really, I haven't kept it up. So then you go back, you do 5, okay? Now, then come next January time, February, which is your winter cut, you go back to 2. So 1, 2, then cut again, okay? So then you take it right the way back, and then you continue to do that all the way through. Now, you see my wisteria, and you think it's going to take quite a few days to do something like that. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you what's happened to mine and what I've been doing with mine. Okay, so I'll turn you around. move that out of the way. Okay, right, so let's go back a bit more. Let me show you my wisteria now. I put my wisteria next to, I did have two there, I took the other one out because it is too much. That was years ago. My wisteria is about 12 years old, 13 years old. Okay, so you can see it now. It's all over that, my waiting bench there. Now under there is a 2-tiered roof. You can't see it this time of the year. And as you can see, it's quite hard for me to get there to prune it. And what happened, it's gone all at the telegraph pole there. Now I've cut that off, I don't know, about 6 weeks ago. I cut it off 4 weeks ago, something like that. And now it's come back up again. So I've got to cut that back off again. It's gone all through the ivy there. It's just gone on and on. I've tried to find the lead that's going up through there. It's causing all that. I can't find it. So what I'm going to do now, come January, I will be cutting all that back. I do every January, cuts it all back. And January is the time when you can cut off what you don't want, or if it's going to a different direction, you can take that off as well. So January is the time when you do your severe cutting on them. Okay, as you can see, it's just a mass bush. It does need really a lot of pruning, and it's as I said, it's hard to get to. I got water here, so I can't get over it. There's a bridge I could get the ladders up and then prune off there. So what I've been doing is, as you can see, it's gone to the new cherry blossom up here. So I would just cut them off. I don't worry about the 5s and the 2s. I just cut them off because I don't want them attaching to the next one, the other plants. So I'll just trim them off. So it keeps away from there. So the next January, I'm going to chop that right back, back further than I have done before, because the plant is very strong. It does go on and on. Now I've got one out the front, and it's, let me explain about the flowers. I think it'd be easier if I explain about the flowers first. You have to excuse me, guys. I haven't really thought this one out very well, have I? Okay, so have you seen the video I put up earlier? Now the flowers was amazing on this. That was 2 years ago. It wasn't so good this summer, this spring. And I think that's all down to, we had a mild winter. The cold went on for quite, the coldness went on for quite a bit as well. It didn't flower so well. Now, someone told me, I think a wisteria is meant to flower after about 10 years. Now, I know that's not true because I put one out the front garden. You know, you might have seen it on one of my other lives. And the first year I put it in, and the following year it flowered. So there can't be any truth in that. Now I do the same one with the front one. I really chop it back on the front one. I'm going to do it even more because I want to contain it into the area that it's in. They get amazing flowers. Now this year, because of the summer we had, it constantly gave out flowers. It was flowering all the time, all the way up to August. It just kept flowering. One very good flowers. There's the odd flower come out here and there, but it flowered, and this one did a bit as well. So it's all about the prune. I've been pruning throughout the summer, and then I do a massive prune in January, which is the time you give it a good prune. So if you don't even prune it through the winter, summer, don't worry about it, but give it that good prune in January, okay? Winter. January, February, give it that good prune, and hopefully that should bring on the flowers. Now there's two little nodulings. There's the little ones for the leaves, and there's the bigger ones, which is the flowers. I can't show you that now, so hopefully I'll do a live on it in, or a video on it in January and show you what I mean. And this will be a lot different then. You'll see the building underneath. Right, okay, I think that's enough on that. hopefully you got the picture of that, and hopefully that you are getting flowers out of it. And if you aren't, you use this technique, the proper technique, then you should get flowers. If you use my technique and just do how you want, and then chop it back on January, you should still get flowers. Okay, so it's all about the cutting to get the flowers. Right, now on to the mind your own business. A bit of an update on mind your own business. Now, last winter I decided to cover the mind your own business in a fleece, and to preserve it so it wouldn't die back, because in the winter what happens is it goes back to black. It goes black or brown, one or the other. It go one colour, it all depends. If there's snow, ice, it would come down and it would kill it off and it go brown. Generally it just die off with the cold and it goes a blacky colour. And then come spring, it regenerates. Okay, so you don't pull it up, you don't touch it, just leave it. It regenerates. All of a sudden you'll start seeing new leaves coming up, and that will probably be around May time, end of April, May, but it takes a while for it to get back. So you're talking good into May, June before it's looking really good again. So I thought, right, let's cover it up and let's get it green for the beginning of spring. Now, the risk, and I said this back then, the risk you're going to take by doing that is, the thing is with mind your own business, it spreads like wildfire. It just goes on spreading and spreading. And if it gets in certain places, you can't get that out. It's difficult. It's a bit like the bamboo situation, where it would just keep going and going and going. And I'll show you some in a minute. Now, that's what's kind of happened here. And it's got long now. It used to be short, so now it's quite long now because I protected it through the winter. So I won't be protecting it again through the winter because I want to contain it where it is. I don't want it to take over my garden, where it causes me a lot of work to try to get it all back up again. So that's the way I control the mind your own business, because I get a lot of questions on it. People experience it. Some can't even get it started. Some gets it started and can't control it. So I get loads of questions on it. I let it die back in the winter, and that does help me. This is, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, and now I've covered it up in the winter. It's gone further and higher, and now I've got to control it now. So next year, it's going to be more next year because it's got more this year, if you understand. So now it's going to be even more next year now. So I've created myself a problem, really. So if you've got a little patch, you want it to get bigger, cover it up in the winter, protect it, then next year it will grow and grow and grow. And then when you got it to the size you want it, let the winter, the frost, kill it. Okay? And then it'll regenerate. Right, let me show you what's been happening here. There we go. Right. Okay, so I got a bucket there. Now, as you know, it does look nice, but what I don't like is when it goes up around the plants. Okay, so let's see this conifer here. That's a dwarf conifer. It's gone right up around there and it starts taking over. And that's quite deep. That's about 4 or 5 inches deep. And I don't like that. So I would rip all that out. I've left this to show you on the video. Oh. So I'll rip that out, put it in a bucket, out of the way. Okay, so I won't worry about making it look bad because this stuff comes back in a couple of days. It's you would never know you've done it. So there we go. So it's easy as that. But when it gets difficult is when it gets under the gravels and stuff, because the roots have gone under and you have to dig all that up. So I've got another one here. That's got to be like 6 inches, 7 inches. It is well deep. I expect the wildlife likes it. I expect the frogs and all that love it. That's got very high. I've never had it as high as that before, and that's probably because I covered it in the winter. Now, if you've got rocks, I got a rock here. Now, I don't like it when the rocks get totally bare, so I take the rock out and I put it back on the top like that, and then you can see the rock again. That's what I would do now and then. There's another one there. I think that one's quite big, so I lift him out, and instead of pulling it all out, I just crush it down with the rock to make it look better. It does look nice going all over, but it also, I think it needs a bit of breaking up. Look at it all up in this box. That's probably about 10 inches deep, more than that. It goes right down there. So rip it out, and that's no problem. So you can rip it out, it's not a problem. I got on that box bush as well. So it hasn't over there. But as you can see, all the rocks around the sides disappeared. It looks nice because it gives it that kind of wavy look, lumps in it. Now, there's legs on this here. And I thought how nice that looks creeping up to it. So I'm going to leave that because it looks nice. If it gets any further, I'll trim it down. Like I said, I'll lift up all the rocks, put them back on. I like that patch over there. I've been trying to keep it out of there. It's very difficult because once, like I said, once it gets underneath, you can't get it out of the ground. So it's easy to pick it off the top, but to get it out of the gravel is very difficult. If it crawls along your ground where there's hard ground, you can shovel it up and get rid of it. That's fine. But when it goes into your gravel or your lawn, you've got problems with it. And even this ground cover pine here, it's got in there and it's absolutely mired in there. I mean, I can't even take it out. I used to pull it so I can pull it out, but I can't even do that at the moment. And it's kind of blended in with it. You can hardly see it. So yeah, it does look nice. Don't get me wrong, it does look nice and I do like it, but you have got to try to control it. And the way I control it is by using the winter to keep it down. Over the other side is hard to get to. It's gone up the box. Needs pulling away. So that's my job I got to do in the next couple of days. Go around, tidy that up, and I will be letting the winter do its job and kill it all off, because if I don't, I'm going to end up with it going further again next year. Right. Okay. Okay guys, so I hope that explains quite a lot of things about the mind your own business and the wisteria. I'm just showing you my experience. I'm no expert on any of this. I'm just like you guys, working in the garden, trying to make the garden look nice, and enjoying it, and trying to make it look the best you can. So what I'm experiencing, I'm trying to help you so you can get it right in your gardens. Because I do get a lot of questions on the plant. People ask me now what it is, and I copies this bit off Google and puts it up for them, so it tells them exactly what it is. Because when I used to say it's called mind your own business, it used to say I was rude. So it used to cause a lot of trouble. So now I do it a different way. So yeah, it is good. It does look good. It really is. Does look the bit. Keep it away from your lawns. Keep it away from places. I had it going around the bonsai. It got into the bonsai pot, and I can't even get out of the bonsai pot. What I'm gonna have to do is strip all the mud off now, all the soil off, and resoil, put new soil in. Because as it gets there, it gets there. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much it. Hope that helps you on it all. I will be back in January to update you on that, and I'll even update you on the mind your own business. We did one through the winter last year, showed you how I protected it, and like I said, I won't be doing it again, and let it die off. So there we go. I've got it creeping up in other places now, and it looks kind of nice, but I got to try to control it. Now this is the first year with the wisteria I've had seed pods. I got a load of them up there. It's the first year I've had it. So what I'm going to be doing is you've got to let the leaves drop. Now the leaves drop around in December time on mine. So when they drop, these then be taken off if they haven't already dropped, and try to get some growing. So there we go. Alright guys, that's was about tonight. I hope it's helped you in your garden. I got a bit of a list here explaining what's coming up. Next week is going to be what I'm doing on the side. I'm doing other videos. I'm doing more videos of what's going on in the garden, and I'm going to continue that now through the winter. So every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be putting up a video. If it's not a live, it'll be your garden. If you send me your garden, then it will either be your garden or it'll be a pre-recorded one like I do sometimes. And they will be going up at 7 o'clock. So anything that's going on throughout the winter, I got 3 big jobs to do through the winter. They're going to be really interesting. I think you'll get a lot out of these. So I will be videoing every bit I'm doing, and then I'll put them up on the Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And then what I do is do lives, random lives, to update you on what's going on as well. What I want to try to do, I'm hoping that you've got a lot out of my lives this year, because I've gone through the whole garden, explained to you how I've built everything, how I've created things, how things have gone wrong, how things go right. So I will continue that next year. We'll do it all over again next year. And but what I intend doing at the moment is to get us through the winter. 7 o'clock every Tuesday, it'll be pre-recorded. Or your gardens, if you send me your gardens, just message me and we'll sort out the details. And other than that, I did say I want to do a live in 2 weeks' time. I will do my last live. It's getting dark now, and it's 7:20. It's getting dark, so I'm hoping to get it in. Is a walkthrough, an autumn walk live through my garden in 2 weeks' time on the 7th. So look out for that. And we'll just do a general walkthrough, explain a few things. I'll get it all open and get it all looking good. It always looks good. Just come back off holiday, and it was a mess because I know we've had some bad weather in the UK. And then when I come back, the sun come out, so I was quite pleased. So that the garden is staying nice as well. I got my autumn walks coming up. Please, if you want to come, they are filling up. One night is already sold out. So there's 3 more nights. They're getting close to selling out. So if you want to come and see my garden, all lit up, and it is looking spectacular. It's looking magical. It's looking really good. I'm really pleased. It doesn't show it on the videos. That's why you haven't seen many videos, and why I can't do a live on it, because it doesn't show it at all. So if you want to come and see it, you've got to see it live to believe it and how good it is. And don't forget, the advert should be coming out in November, when the film crew come to my garden and filmed an advert. That should be coming out in November, and that's in the dark as well. As all God knows what they've done. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So I will put it up when they send it to me. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you get enough out of my page. Hope you're enjoying the reels, the pictures, everything I'm putting up. I try to help you create your own gardens. I am seeing a lot of my garden pop up on Facebook and different or social medias, parts of my garden. So it's nice. I'm giving inspiration to others. So all the best. Hope you're getting inspiration from my page, and I'll see you next time. Remember, not next week. It'll be a week after we do a live. See you then. Have a good evening.